Hello, Liz. Can we talk? It's about my birthday party next week.
Oh, hello, Mother. Sure, no problem. So, we're doing another birthday party again this year?
Yes, of course we are. We do it every year. I plan on ordering a catering service from that French restaurant downtown. All of my friends and relatives will be invited. We'll have a wonderful home party. We can set up a nice outdoor luncheon. It's just going to be so special.
Right.
I'm sure you and Rob will be there, right?
Do you mind if I ask you something, Mother? How much is this all going to cost?
The cost? Well, let's see. My friend who's done a lot of these parties, well, she said her party, which was pretty modest for her tastes, was something like $4,000, give or take. Guess mine will be about that much.
That's a fortune.
What? What do you mean? That's not so bad.
You do realize that if you had $4,000, you could cover your home mortgage for the next 3 or 4 months.
My mortgage? Really?
I don't want to be disrespectful concerning your birthday, but wouldn't it be better if you set aside that money to pay your monthly mortgage payments? It's a little over $1,000 a month, wasn't it? I really think you should get your priorities straight.
What are you talking about, priorities? Why do I even have to worry about that kind of thing? That's not my problem. That's something that you and Rob should be worrying about, not me. I wish you wouldn't rely on me to pay for everything.
We're not relying on you. I'm just pointing out the obvious.
Pointing out the obvious? How disrespectful of you, Liz. I'm your mother-in-law, for God's sake.
Are you serious?
Oh, please, Liz. There is just no use talking to you. I'm going to talk to my son, Rob, about my birthday. He understands how important it is for me. You just tell me if you can make it or not. Hello? Liz? Are you there? About that birthday party I was talking about yesterday. I was thinking, maybe I should expand it a bit. I need to invite more people. I was thinking of increasing the budget to $5,000.
Pardon me, are you serious?
Yeah, I decided to invite my yoga friends too.
So that's $1,000 more than you had planned.
That's right. You're always going on about the budget, so I figured I should tell you right away. I don't want you getting on my case later on.
Mom, are you really okay with this?
Excuse me?
Your husband is currently working overseas. Is it really a good idea to spend so much money for a birthday party? I mean, it seems a little reckless. Is it really smart for you to spend all that money? It's not as if you're super rich or anything.
How could you speak to me like that? You're really being impertinent. Your husband, my son, would never talk to me like that.
I'm just worried for you, that's all, Mother.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm not some old lady. You should be the one worrying, not me.
Excuse me? Why should I be worrying?
Don't tell me you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I really don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me? Well, under the circumstances, I have no financial worries.
I can't believe you. I knew you would continue to rely on me for money.
Pardon me?
I'm going to go totally bonkers talking to you. My blood just shoots up when I talk to you. You know what? I'm only going to contact you only when absolutely necessary. Just keep that in mind. See you later.
Hey, Rob, are you working? Sorry to contact you. Can we talk?
Hey, Liz. Yeah, no problem.
It's about Mom's birthday party tomorrow.
Yeah, she says she's inviting her neighbors. Said it's going to start at 6 p.m.
Did you hear what the cost for the party will be?
The cost? No, haven't heard anything. Dad's overseas now, so she'll probably do it on a tiny budget.
So she hasn't told you. It seems she's going to order catering service from that French restaurant downtown. It's going to cost something like $5,000.
Oh, wait a sec. What? $5,000? Just for a little birthday party with the neighbors? That can't be right.
It's not just neighbors, it seems. She's inviting all her yoga class members, even the instructor.
Really? But $5,000? That's way too much.
I tried mentioning the mortgage payments, but she just brushed it aside. She actually turned the tables and blamed everything on me.
Oh boy.
I don't want to be a nosy daughter-in-law and want her to have a nice birthday party, but we're not exactly having an easy time. For her to just go off and use money without thinking, I really don't know what to do.
She really should be paying off the mortgage, not having a French catering service for her birthday.
Yeah, but she won't listen to a word I say.
Nothing we could do about it now. The party is tomorrow. Even if she cancels now, they'll probably charge the full amount. The restaurant probably already prepared the food. Wouldn't look good. That's for sure. I'm the youngest of my family. She would never listen to me either. My older brothers have a lot more clout than me. On top of that, despite being the youngest, I was the first to get married. Mom wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, I guess. I guess we have no choice. We're just gonna have to let her have her way this time.
We're both going to the party tomorrow, so let's see how things go. See how she acts. What do you say? I'll get Dad a call too.
Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea.
Alright. See you tomorrow then.
Yeah, okay. See you tomorrow.
Liz, are you there? So, you decided to come to the party with Rob.
Right. You asked me to come to the party with Rob, so here I am.
Yes. Looks are everything. We have to keep up appearances, you know. People talk. If you and Rob didn't show up, rumors start spreading. You know what I mean.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
But I want you to stay in the kitchen once the party starts. Just stay out of sight.
Excuse me? Why should I do that?
Well, because French cuisine is way too good for you. That's why.
Too good for me?
Think of it as a punishment for being disrespectful to your mother-in-law. The reason why you're such a cheapskate is because you went ahead and got that loan, paying to have $1,000 a month.
Kinda strange hearing that from you, Mother.
Well, nobody will speak up, so I will. I was against you guys buying that condo. Way over your budget.
Excuse me?
You guys don't even make that much. And you take off a loan for $1,000 a month? I warned you about that. But you want to pay off your mortgage and complain about me spending money on my birthday party? I can't believe you, Liz. How could you be so selfish?
Oh, okay. Now I'm starting to see the picture. I thought things didn't mesh. We always seem to be talking on different levels.
Anyway, the party is about to start. Get in the kitchen and stay there until everyone has gone home. Don't you dare come out until then. Or, better yet, just say you feel ill and go home. That way I don't have to worry about you peeking in every 5 minutes. Just come back later to clean up. I'll line you later on.
What am I, a maid?
Well, actually, yes. I've told all my neighbors that I'm currently disciplining our daughter-in-law to be a better housewife.
A better housewife, huh?
Stay in the kitchen for another 30 minutes, and then you can head home. I'll line you later.
I really don't know why I have to leave.
To be honest, I don't want my guests seeing a dirty maid wandering around. Just too depressing. It's my birthday after all.
Okay, if that's the way you want it, I'll stop the mortgage payment starting next month. Hope you're okay with that.
Pardon me? What did you just say?
The load payments. I will no longer pay that, just so you know.
What are you talking about? Maybe you need your head examined. It's you who will suffer if you stop the payments.
Rob says he's going home too. Have a nice party. Don't bother texting me later. I have no intention of cleaning up after you. I'm not your maid.
Yeah, whatever. Do what you have to do. Liz, pick up! Come on, Liz, pick up. I know you see this. It's about that monthly $1,000 loan. Is it true? That loan is for this house and not the condo you guys are living in? This is some kind of mistake, right?
Oh, so you heard it from someone.
Yeah, from your aunt and uncle at the party.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize they were there.
I didn't believe it at first. Thought it was some kind of joke. But this month, the bank called and said there was insufficient funds for the loan payment. That's when I realized it was all true.
That's right. I was depositing the $1,000 into you and your husband's account every month.
I see. I had no idea.
You also know why your husband's working overseas, right?
Yes, I heard. It was concerning some project he was working on. Apparently one of his staff members screwed up and the project went belly up. He took responsibility for it and was transferred to a position overseas, alone. He was forced to take a position at a factory up north for 3 years.
That's right. And his pay was slashed drastically. You know that too, right? Your husband came to me. He said he had more than 7 years left on the loan. I was working 2 jobs, so I was financially doing okay, so I agreed to help him out at least until he got back on his feet again.
Then what about that condo you live in? That's more than you can afford. You guys moved in right about the time my husband was transferred overseas. That's why I thought the loan was obviously to pay the mortgage on that condo.
The condo is owned by my uncle.
Huh? Your uncle?
I thought we explained all this to you years ago when we first moved in. My uncle thought we would have a hard time paying $1,000 a month to cover your loan, and so he allowed us to live in this condo free of charge until things worked out.
Live there free of charge?
Don't misunderstand. My uncle's family lives there too. We just have one room to ourselves, and I help with the cooking and cleaning. It's been a real help. We're living on a tight budget, no perks.
I see.
Your husband suggested that we move into that house, but I think we talked about it. You were adamantly against it, as I recall.
Oh, so that was what it was all about.
You were so insistent that whoever lives in that house had to be the eldest son and his family. Not Rob and I. Not the baby of the family. You just wouldn't allow it. I remember you banging on the kitchen table and going into hysterics. You remember that, don't you?
Did I really? Anyway, I had no idea about all of this. How was I supposed to know you guys were paying and all?
Come on. We sat down and explained everything to you. Don't you remember? Everyone was there. Rob and his brothers, your husband. I was there too. We had that family meeting in your living room. We explained everything.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I remember you were sort of just half listening. You really weren't interested in anything we were saying. You would only hear what you wanted to hear, like continuing to live at the house. When the talk switched to possibly helping out by working part-time, you put an end to that conversation pretty quick. You didn't want to hear about Rob and I living with you either. We just couldn't get through to you. In the end, it was Rob and I who had to make the sacrifices. But that last birthday party was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I had no idea. I really didn't.
You just refuse to listen. Anyway, we talked to your husband and he gave us permission to stop the monthly payments.
Huh? Really?
If the payments are no longer possible, we're just gonna have to put it up for sale.
Pardon me? The house is going to be sold?
That's right. He really didn't want to lose the house he spent years paying for, but your husband didn't want to burden Rob and I any longer. We're still young, and we hope to someday buy a house too. Your husband decided it was no longer feasible after hearing all the stories about your antics from his sons. As for the $6,000 that I forked out, your husband said he would eventually pay me back.
This is not happening!
I heard your husband is coming back for a short visit. I'm sure he'll sit you down and explain the whole thing. So, I urge you to talk to your husband about the rest. Rob and I have nothing to do with it going forward.
Please, Liz, let's talk.
Sorry, I have no more to say. Goodbye!
But Liz, please, listen!
A few days later, her husband returned for a short visit. The family had a long talk about the current circumstances. First off, they talked about selling the house. Then the problem of the $5,000 spent on the birthday party last month. He also reprimanded her for treating me so harshly, despite my financial support. But what really shocked her was the divorce papers that he thrust on her. She was, of course, taken aback by her sudden predicament, but immediately recovered and demanded that one of her sons take her in and support her. But both her sons had already married, not to U.S. citizens, but foreign. They both moved to their wives' native countries. As for Rob and I, we moved out of our uncle's place into a new home across state lines. We had no intention of revealing our new address to her. My mother-in-law eventually landed a part-time job, but I heard she got caught stealing and was fired immediately. Last I heard, she's living on her meager savings and looking for a new job.
Hi there, Colin. Do you have a moment to talk?
Hello there. You must be Alex's mother, right? Shall I call you Yolanda, or will I have to get used to call you Mom too?
You can just call me Yolanda, thank you.
Got it. Yolanda it is. I just want to say thank you for meeting me so suddenly today. I hope I didn't interrupt any of your busy schedule.
No, there was no problem there at all, actually. Besides, you didn't drop in. It was Alex that invited you over, correct?
He told me that you two were going to go mushroom hunting in the mountains today, but then the weather suddenly turned. That's when Alex messaged me and invited me over.
Yes, I am well aware of how you ended up coming over. And I thought you brought over a very lovely gift as well. Alex must have told you how much I love marzipan.
Well, I'm very happy that you liked it. I just wanted to try and make a good first impression for you since it was our first time meeting.
Yes, right. Well, anyways, there really is just one little problem, if I may.
Oh, really? Well, yes, certainly. Since I'm going to be your son-in-law, I hope that you can feel free to talk to me openly.
I heard from Alex that you're about 5 years older than him, aren't you?
Yes, that is true. I'm currently working as a department head at my company.
Yes, I think I remember him mentioning something about that as well.
But I suppose this problem of yours has something to do with this gap between our ages?
That's right. I do have a problem with your difference in age. If you're 5 years older than my Alex, then that makes you about 31 years old, doesn't it?
That's right. But I'm going to be turning 32 in a couple of months, actually.
Well, then that settles it. Things are much, much worse than I originally thought.
I'm sorry. What seems to be the problem here? Do you think you could tell me exactly what's wrong with me being that much older than your son?
If you honestly can't even guess as to why that might be upsetting me, then this just clinches it all the more that you're the wrong man for my boy.
I'm sorry, but I still feel like I'm not following along right now.
Very well, if you're going to make me spell it out, then I guess I have no choice. I just want to know how you two plan on having any kind of kids if you're that much older than him.
Miss, I'm very sorry to say, but I don't think it's my age that's going to cause problems there.
Now you listen to me, young man. I'm getting up there at age 2, and I want grandchildren soon. What I want to know is how you two are supposed to raise children if you're already so much older than your husband. I don't know how you convinced him to fall in love with you anyways.
Well, again, I really don't think the age is the issue here. But if you really want to know, we have talked about options for adoption. We've looked really deeply into the process and we don't see any reason why we would be denied the child. We even talked to a consultant about this maybe 6 months ago.
Oh, really? Is that so? Well, adoption is a very lengthy process, and I don't think that you can take anything for granted at all.
I suppose you're right about that. But I really don't think that we're going to have any issues when it comes to that.
And I guess that you just know everything and can predict the future, huh? Honestly, men can be arrogant sometimes.
I don't really know what to say except that I'm sorry.
Now, I don't care if my Alex wants to marry someone that he loves, but I just wish that he chose someone closer to his age. What was that boy thinking? If anything, he should have found someone younger than himself.
Well, I am very sorry that this is bothering you, but I can't really change my age, so...
That's right. That's why I want you to break up with my son. I know that you two just got engaged, but as his mother, I don't approve of you two being together. I won't stand for any arguing either. You are going to break up with him, and that is it.
Hey, Colin, are you there? Just wondering if you have a moment to talk really quick.
Oh, hey, Gina. Sure, we could talk right now. I'm sorry that it's been so long since we've last spoken. My life has just been kinda crazy lately. How are you doing?
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm not doing very well, actually.
Oh no! I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you mind if I ask what happened?
Of course you can. That's why I came to you. The truth is that I haven't mentioned this to anybody at all yet. You're the first person that I'm talking to this about.
Well, I'm really honored that you would come to me with something so serious. I promise to be discreet, so please, tell me what's on your mind.
I think that I might be being followed by some guys who want me to marry him and his mother.
Wait a second. You mean like you think they might be stalking you?
I guess that's probably the more accurate way of putting it, really. Well, okay, I'll come out and tell you the truth, but I don't want you to freak out. Or maybe you will no matter what. Oh, maybe this is a bad idea.
It's okay. I promise to listen to what you have to say first. You can open it to me, cuz.
Well, I think that I'm being stalked by that man you're getting married to and his mother.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
I know, it sounds crazy. But remember around the time when you two got engaged? I sent you a text congratulating you, and then I asked to see a picture of the lucky guy, right? Well, the man that was following me was the same man. It was Alex.
Wow. I just don't even know what to say to that. Although, now that you mention it, he has been sounding and acting really coldly towards me whenever we talk on the phone. But you're only 19 years old. Why is he following you?
I don't know. I seriously have no idea what's going on. But I'm really starting to freak out right now.
Do you think he even knows that you're my cousin?
I don't know. He might...
I see. Okay. Well, this is a lot to take in all at once. I guess now I just know who Alex really is.
What are you talking about? Do you know something about this?
Well, I haven't mentioned this to anyone either, but Alex's mom is quite against us getting married.
She is? But why?
She said that she thought I was too old for Alex and that if we had a kid, the age difference would be too much for the kid to handle. But I'm not even that much older than him. She says she's fine with him marrying me, but I think she's just hiding her true feelings.
Wait a second. So this is all about having kids? Well then, I think that reminds me of something.
You're kidding. Did someone say something to you? What did you think of?
I happened to overhear them while they were walking extra close behind me. I think I remember his mom saying something like she didn't want to take any chances and wanted a guarantee that she would get a grandchild. She said something about forcing his wife to take a fertility test, but that he would need to find someone to marry first. Then I heard her say to Alex that she was going to deliver the girl to a hotel room soon and for him to wait there.
Wait a second. Did she really say that? Well, that's not just stalking. That's basically conspiracy to kidnap.
I know. I'm so scared and disgusted and feel sick, and I can't stop shaking. I ran right there on the street when I heard all that.
Oh, Gina. I'm just so sorry that you got mixed up in all of this.
But it isn't your fault at all. I just don't know what to do, and I know you were the only person that I could go to for help with this.
Of course. I'll talk to my parents right away. I'll work on things myself as well. But I know that my parents will be able to help out a bunch with this.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for listening and understanding. Let me know when you have a plan.
Are you there, Colin? I want you to know that I am using the message to formally let you know that you are no longer engaged to marry my son. In fact, Alex is going to be marrying your little cousin instead. He's already proposed to her, although she hasn't given him an official response yet. But that's just because the young lady was so embarrassed and shocked that she ran away from Alex on the spot. I am sure that she's going to come back and say yes any moment now. Of course, even if she does, I'll have to make sure that she is fit to be my son's bride. And as soon as I've given her a full physical, the two will marry. So anyways, I just want you to know that you no longer have any connection to my son or my family at all. I never want you to bother me nor my son again. Furthermore, since you two work at the same company, I demand that you quit your job. It's unacceptable for my son's former fiancé to be working in the same place as him. And it's just going to cause trouble for you both. Hello? Colin? I know that you're reading these messages. I can see that they are showing up as read. Hey! Answer me right now!
I'm afraid that that's the case. It's your son who's going to be fired, Yolanda.
Wait, what? Colin, just what is going on here, huh? Explain yourself right now. Why was Alex just told that he was being fired from his job? What did you do?
Hey there, Yolanda. I was wondering what I was going to be hearing from you. I'm afraid you're asking the wrong question, though. I didn't do anything, you see.
Quit dodging the question and answer me!
How about you ask Alex yourself?
I can't do that because ever since he came home, he's locked himself in his room and won't talk to me. So you're the only person that I can get answers from, and I want them now!
I guess I really don't have a choice then, do I? But I'm surprised you haven't figured this out yourself. After all, wasn't it you and Alex who were both stalking my poor little cousin?
Stalking? What on earth are you talking about? We weren't stalking anyone. All Alex was doing was scoping out a possible fiancé and testing the waters with Gina.
Is that what you're calling it?
Oh, I think I know what this is about. You're jealous because I made Colin wake up, break up with you, and now you're mad because he's going to be marrying your cousin instead. I have no idea where Alex got it in his head that he should have ever been dating a man like you, when there were plenty of young and fertile girls he could have chosen from. Well, I sat Alex down, and I told him that I wouldn't sit by and let him throw away my chances at a grandchild by being with a guy, a person of your persuasion.
Wow, that is messed up on so many levels. I don't even know where to begin.
And just what is wrong with any of that, huh?
Well, first of all, it sounds to me like you're causing serious mental anguish to your son by telling him who he can and can't love. Second of all, I think you're forgetting that I'm Alex's boss. And for the record, it was in fact Alex who was flirting with me and asked me out on our first date.
Wait, no, that can't be.
Another thing, Gina has a boyfriend already, and he just so happens to be studying abroad right now.
She has a boyfriend? I had no idea. But then why would Alex try and get with Gina?
Well, that would probably be because he wanted to try and sneak his way up the company ladder, apparently.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? My son isn't some gigolo. How would getting with Gina even help his career?
Well, in any case, I'm in line to be the next CEO of the company. As for Gina, she is the daughter of the current CEO.
Wait, what? Are you kidding me?
Not at all. And now I see that Alex was really just eyeing ways that he could try and get close to the levers of power here. Although I've already heard from other employees here that Alex is a horrible employee who drinks on the job and shouts at his fellow co-workers. There's even recordings of it that proves it. I suppose he thought since he was staying me that he could get away with doing whatever he wanted.
So then, you're really next in line to take over the company?
That's right. I was content to leave Alex alone until all this stalking business. Which I'm sure you also had a role to play in. After all, Gina heard you two talking about how you were telling Alex that you needed to get with someone who could give you grandchildren this time. You probably just saw Gina as some girl and didn't even bother looking into her family.
But I thought that she would be the perfect vessel for my son.
That is a seriously disgusting way to refer to someone's body. What is the matter with you?
I just want grandkids. Is that really so bad?
You were going to try and kidnap her, make her spend the night with Alex, and forcibly impregnate her. That is a whole slew of criminal charges, including rape. Do you have any idea how scared Gina is? And do you have any idea how furious her father is?
You mean her father, the CEO? But I'm just a desperate old lady. Surely anyone can understand that, right?
No! You're a horrible monster who's manipulated your son and almost made him commit a terrible crime! You deserve to be locked up! And consider yourself lucky that Alex is getting away with just being fired. Although I will be suing him, you can count on that.
You can't be serious, right?
I am serious, and you will be hearing from my lawyer soon. The only person who apologized for the horrible acts of Yolanda and Alex was Alex's father. He said that he had never been more ashamed in his life. Not only for his life's bigotry against me, but for a horrible conspiracy against poor Gina. Now, the mother and son live together in a tiny apartment, scrounging out a meager living and fighting with each other every day.